Now let's start with the string functions. I am going to work with that. Actually, what is a function? Function means you create a block to reuse that block another time. For example, if I call the function my country, and here if I write something like that, echo Bangladesh, like this, so each time I will just call my function from here, and if I do that, you will see that here if you refresh, Bangladesh will come. Each time what I do not need to do, each time I do not need to write echo Bangladesh, because here can be a lot of statements, a lot of other things here. So each time, for example, Bangladesh is a beautiful country. So if I multiple time call the function like this, you will see that the same line will come 4 times. This one, this one, this one, and this one. That means 4 times it is coming. So I will just call this function, and all the data that is inside the function block, that will come multiple times. And sometimes we pass a parameter to a function. That means in order to write a function, you must have to write the function first, and then you will have to give a name. In the function class, we will learn more about it, but for now just see that in order to declare a function, you must have to write function and then the function name. And then when you will call the function, you will just call like this, but always you will have to use the parenthesis. And in the parenthesis, sometimes we can pass some information. For example, city. Okay, so here we can pass this, and here we can call this Bangladesh a beautiful country, and this is a city, and city is, for example, dot city. And in this case, this city, I will have to pass a parameter here, that is, for example, Khulna, and another time Dhaka, another time I am going to pass another city like this. So if I pass like this, and every time after the function call, if I write like this, what will happen? I am going to pass the parameter. Okay, so parameter means argument, and both are same actually. What is parameter? That is argument. So this is the parameter of function, and this is the parameter or argument, whatever you can call, not a problem at all. I am going to refresh it. You see that first time it is showing Bangladesh is a country and city is Khulna, then another city is this, another city is this. So total 3 things I pass here like the parameter. So this is actually the function basic, and the basic, if you understand the basic, then I will be able to call with the functions, and you will understand that. You see that here I list some important functions that are frequently needed to work with the PHP. You see that strlen. Here the string functions that I will give you, that I will describe you, are actually the built-in functions. That means the PHP give us some functions that we can use as it is. We do not need to declare anything about its body. That means here you saw that we wrote something in the body, but the function what we will use that are already defined in PHP. For example, strlen, this is a function. You cannot change it. That means you cannot give it something like that str-len or str length. You cannot do like this. You must have to use the name they give it for purposing a particular solution. That means in order to solve a solution, in order to work with something, you must have to use the function that they gave you. So what I can do, for example, strlen function. This strlen function, actually what it does, it actually get a string length. If I put my mouse cursor, you see that it is showing get string length. So the task of this function is to get the string length. The function, I will just use I send a parameter. What we did in the case of here, you see that in the my country function we used some parameter, and already the definition is given here. So in PHP, this function definition is already given, so we do not need to change anything here. We will just use this and pass the information as a parameter inside. and some functions there are some functions that can take one parameter. There are some functions that can take multiple parameter. For example, this one, that means one parameter, two parameter, third parameter, first, second, third. So in this way, each function has their own definition. If you want to know more about the function reference, you can go here. This is actually the function reference manual. I am going to copy this and then I am going to show you here. Here you will see all the list of functions. All these are PHP functions. There is a list of that, and here what I am going to use, that is strlen. If I search there strlen, you will see that this is the strlen function, and it is telling that what it does. It just get the string length. It helps you to get the string length. How I can use that? For example, Bangladesh, this is a string. I just will send the string as a parameter of this function, and what it will return, echo strlen. You can just straight use this. I am going here, refresh, you will see that 10. That means the length of this string is 10. Bangladesh is a nice country. If I give this, now if I refresh it, you will see that now the length is 28. That means in this total string, how many characters are here? That is actually string length. You can also put it into a variable str or len, and you can then echo it. You can do also like this. So it's actually depends up to you how you will represent the information here. So this is the one function that I have already shown you, strlen. So this is actually used to return the length of a string. So this is strlen. Now I am going to work with another function. What is this? That is str to upper. So it actually converts a string to a uppercase letters. For example, I call this function and I put something here into this function. For example, my name is Arifin. I put this text. Now if I use this as a parameter of this function str to upper and then echo it, what is in the output? You will see that all the letter of this string are uppercase letter. So this is the use of str to upper function. Now I am going to use str to lower function. I am going to copy this one and then cut and paste it and make this off. So str to lower function. Here you see that M is capital and my name is in my name's first letter is capital. Now if I use the str to lower, that means all the character of this string will be converted to lowercase. So let's check it. I am going here, refresh, you see that M is also lowercase now and A is also lowercase. That means all the string characters are now in lowercase. So this is very understandable. I hope you have understood this. Now I am going to work with another function, that is UC words. Here you see that the UC words function converts the first character of each word into a string to uppercase. So let's check it. If I go here and put echo, and here I put the same thing, my name is Arifin, and you see that only M is uppercase and A is uppercase. But if I use UC words, the N and I of is character of the of each word. The first character of each word will be uppercase. So let's check it, refresh, you will see that M is capital, N is capital, I is capital, A is capital. That means in the each word the first letter is capital word. So in this way it works. There is another function, that is a trim function. It actually removes the white space before and after of a string. For example, I am going to show you how it works. For example, there is a variable string 1. For example, this is like this. I give a space here, Bangladesh, like this, and give another space here, and I am going to give another string, that is USA, you see that in this string there is a white space. If I use the echo, then straight call the str1, what will happen? In the output you will see that Bangladesh, but there is a white space in the beginning, right? If I remove this, what will happen? I am going to refresh it again. Actually here it is hard to understand. I am going to do that like this, Bangladesh and USA. For example, after Bangladesh and then USA, there are white space, this one and this one. Now what I can do, I can just concat this string. That means two string I write together. This is actually concatenation. That means I can link one string with another. Then this string will be shown and this string will be shown. Two variables, and dot means two items will be shown one after another. So let's check it like this, Bangladesh and USA. If I use the trim function, then what will happen? I can use trim, then I put Bangladesh here like this, and here also I put the trim and use this. Then you will see that here is a space, but if I refresh, you see that there is no space, Bangladesh and then USA, no space between this, because this space and this space has been removed, because trim removes the white space from the start or beginning. In this case there is a white space here, so it removes it, and in this case it gets in the last a white space, so it removes it. I hope you have understood how this trim function works. There is a Str Replace function. This is very important. I am going to copy, and what this function does, it replaces text within a string. I am going to show you practically. I am going to remove the line gaps. So like this, it will be helpful. Okay. Now I am going to use this string Str Replace function. How I can work with this function? Here I will replace something in a string. For example, I have a string str equal to, I write Bangladesh, my country name is, for example, my country name is Bangladesh, I love Bangladesh, Bangladesh is a beautiful country. For example, this is a text. Now what I am going to do, in this string I want to replace the name Bangladesh by another country. So here in the Str Replace function, here you will have normally 3 parameters. The last parameter is the string where I will do the change. I will write that in the last. First parameter is the text, what is I am going to replace, and second one is with which text, with which word I am going to replace it. I will put that here, for example USA, and the total thing I can just echo, or I can put the whole thing into another variable and then echo it, or I can directly echo this one. If I put my mouse over the Str Replace, you see that first parameter is mixed search, second parameter is mixed replace, third is subject count. Okay, so here I am going to show you the output. I am going to refresh. You see that the string has been changed. Where there is Bangladesh, it is replaced by USA. My country name is this, I love this, and this is beautiful country. So all the words in this string are replaced. Where there is this, it is replaced by this. So I hope you have understood how I have worked with the Str Replace function. After that, there is a substr function. What it does, it extracts certain characters in a string. It extracts certain characters in a string. So let's do it. Substr. This is a very useful function, and I am going to show you this one with a practical example. For example, I get a date from any person. It can be date of birth. For example, date of birth. This is a variable. Here I give a value, for example, a international format, I am going to give it 2023, and for example the month is 02, and for example here actually date of birth, so I have to give the a previous one, for example 2002, and for example 24. So his birth date is 24 February of 2000 or 2010. Okay, so a person date of birth is this. I want to show it into another format. For example, I want to show it 24, then 02, then 2010. I want to get the output in this format. This is my custom format. How I can do it? I get this into a variable, so I will have to work with this string. So let's go here, substring. Here what I will have to do, I will first take these 4 characters, this 4, then this 2, and then this 2. In this way I will use the substr and take the part of a string from it. First of all, I will have to give the date of birth string as the first parameter of substr. There are 2 more parameters. One is from where it will start to count. Remember that when I will check the substr, then the first index is 0 index. That means that 2, 0, 1, 0, the first one is index 0. That is, for example, like this. I am going for your easy explanation. I am going to give here a space like this. Okay, first one is actually the index 0, second one is index 1, third one is index 2, fourth one is index 4, here is index 5, here is 6, here is 7, here is 8, here is 9, here is 10. That means in this total string it starts from the index 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, oh sorry, here 3 missing, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So in this way actually I will have to work. So first character is starts from 0, then 1, then 2, in this way. This is the system here. So I will take 2010. So starts character here is which index? 0 index. So here I will have to give 0. How many characters I will take? 2010. These are actually 4 characters, 1, 2, 3, 4. So here the second one I will give the character length. Okay, so first one is a string, second one is the index from where I will start, and the third one is how many characters I will take. So this is actually going to put, I am going to give it the year variable I declare. Okay, the second one is substr. I will take the same, so I am going to just copy and paste. Second one is actually month. How I will do that? First is this. Okay, you see that the month index number is 5, 02 starts, 0 starts where? 5. How many characters I will take here? 2 characters, 0 and 2. So here I will give 5. How many characters? 2 characters. So in this way I will get the 02 from here. Third one is day. So day means 24. So it starts which index? Index 8. So here I give 8. And how many characters I will get? 2 characters. I will get 2 characters. Okay, so 2. So if I now echo the year, let's check if I get 2010. I am going to refresh. You see that 2010 is coming. That means it is working. If I give the month, it should come 02. Refresh, 02 is coming, and then 24 is coming if I want to show the day. So 24 is coming. As all the things are in my hand, I will just concat the string. That means I will link one with another. So in order to concat the string, what I will do, I will have to use this format, right? So first day, then slash month slash year. So day, with it I will concat another thing, with it another thing, with it means that way actually, right? What does that mean? So it was also like this. I am going to show you for easy understanding how we concat a string. This is for example a string. The single quote is actually a string. So we concat each string. That means we use a dot between all the strings we want to concat. For example, here if I give BD is a good country. If I give like this, all string will be concated and the output will be like this: BD is a good country, right? If I want to give a space between every word, I can just press an space. You see there is a space here. I can give a space like this way. Right? You see that now it is a good format. Another way to give a space is going to copy paste. Another way, I am not going to do this. I am just going to remove this like this, like this. Another way is I will just concat another thing in between. That means like this. So in every character between every one, I am going to concat another special thing, that is a space. Here I am going to give a space, a space, a space. That means BD is a string, a space is another string. So with BD I am going to concat a space, with that I am going to concat is, with that another space, with that a, with that another space. In this way I put the space between all those, right? Refresh, same output. Now what I can do, I can put the same thing instead of a space. If I want to give this is very much possible, right? If I now refresh, you see that a dash comes in between everything. So in this way I will just put like this. For example, instead of dash I am going to put slash like this, right? BD is a. Now refresh, you see that BD is a. So instead of BD I will put the day. Instead of string you can put the variable straight anytime. So in this case, instead of a string, I am actually going to put a string here. This is actually a string, but this is into a variable. This is a string, but this is assigned into a variable. So here I will have to call the variable, that means a string. Refresh, 24. Now I am going to put here which string, month. In the third case I am going to replace year. Now you see that the format comes. What was our expected format? This one. I hope you have understood and enjoyed this. This is a very interesting example, a practical example that you may need in your practical project. Another one is chunk split. It splits a string into a series of smaller parts. I am going to show you now chunk split. How I can use it? If I put my mouse, you see that it split a string into a smaller parts. For example, I am going to give my country name into here, Bangladesh. First one is string. Second parameter, which will be second parameter, the chunk length. That means I will give 1, with which I will chunk. Actually it will separate each character of this string because I give here 1. So it will take B and then put something here. For example, I put dash here. What will happen? Refresh, you will see that after each character it put a special symbol here, that is actually chunk. This special symbol it put after each character. If I give here total 3, that means after each 3 character it will put a chunk and use this one. So I am going to show you. After 3 character it push a dash here, again after 3 character it push a dash here, this way. Here is actually only 1 character, so it is not going to show it anything here. I can put anything here, for example $2 sign. Now if I refresh, you'll see that after each 3 character it is coming, after each 3 the symbol I give here, it is coming here. So the chunk split actually works in this way.